Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about how a company became a successful company or the organization try to change themselves with the help of the continuous improvement projects. I want to talk about how a single project can change the mindset, behavior and the lot of things that are there in the system. Today I'm going to talk about the case study as well where a company who is in the BPO sector were trending in the quality score that were earlier at 88%. Now it got close to 81%. Initially, when you think about why the number got dropped, the more naturally the most common thing will come in the mind that agents are making more mistakes. But that is the mindset that we have to shift from by just looking at symptoms instead of checking the what is happening behind the root. This happened in the one of the company where everything was working perfectly fine. The people are doing great job, getting great result, and finally, what was happening was how suddenly the score got dropped. And what that company has done with differently was I'm going to talk about more here. So when they noticed the sudden drop in the quality score, instead of getting panicked, what they have decided to check what shifted in the trend. It's just not a PPL behavior because people cannot change so drastically. So what is happening here is that might be something that we are not able to see by our naked eyes, and then where the comes the lot of tools that we have in the quality like the 7QC tools, the Pareto analysis, 5 Whys, RCAs. These are the all well proven tools. Now the question here is that how soon we get into the root cause. The company, the QAs, the team lead, the operation manager, they all came together to dig deep dive what exactly is happening. They wanted to try to find out that what things they can put in so that they can improve. They can see that what they wanted to have, what they wanted to get. Now let's say that the company, what they have done, they checked all the interaction that been or that has been had been audited by the auditor to find out the common trend and the pattern. What they have noticed that there is a common pattern that they encounter. The first one is the policy interpretation, where they have observed that the policies are being interpreted incorrectly by the auditors. There is a huge misalignment among there is a huge misalignment among them. A few auditors are marking down so strictly, the few auditors are giving so leniency. The gap between both auditors versus auditors are too high. There is a gap between internal auditing versus internal auditing. The delays in feedbacks were happening so that the messaging were not able to go going through the team. And finally, the one difficult thing that we have noticed is how the learning that has been shared being consistently being absorbed by the agents. Considering these factors are one of the most common factor that every BPO experience, but the main things comes into the picture that how soon we are going to fix this up, because this is not only just a number. It's a risk that we are carrying with it. The risk of not able to help the customer properly, not able to uh, generate actionable insight, because if the numbers are not correct, there is a variance, then there is a huge problem. Now let's say that what we wanted to have, what we wanted to drive, that is something that we wanted to create differently and wanted to improvise and what we wanted to share with you is how we can fix this problem. Then the company done one small the Lean Six Sigma project, or I would rather send the Lean project, what where they try to remove all the inefficiencies that are in the system. all means the efficiency that were there. For example, first by the standardizing the everything. Once that we have the root cause, now another point here is how to standardize everyone so the policies are being clear, the feedbacks deliver effectively, there is no redundancy while delivering the feedback process, or working on the things that are not at all required, and extra approval are required. The team implemented all the process, fixed the processes, started giving the coaching as soon as possible. The case has been audited. People started seeing the change in the shift in the behavior of auditors, the behavior of team leader and operations. That started because of totally being inclined with the help of both the auditor as well as the both the things that they have done. Now soon they started fixing process, the people started improving, and there is a saying that the people behavior can be changed not only by with the changing them, but by changing the processes. If you change the process, they will definitely going to change. Well, these efforts made them think differently, analyze the case differently, and finally working towards the common objective that everyone was working for. Later on, at the later part, we noticed that the score started improving, the people started empowering, they started sharing a lot of suggestions that how these things can make their work easier. They are also started to sharing a lot of suggestions that they wanted to improve it up. And finally what happened was they wanted to create a situation where they wanted to be at working as a best version of themselves. At starting it was quite different and difficult, but later on they wanted to have a great learning about it. They wanted to create a better logic around it. So the lean project is always the one of the best in terms of process improvement, because it reduces inefficiencies, standardizing the things, and the waste that has been there has been eliminated, and that is what we wanted to have. The process become faster, the things goes in a full throttle, and finally the score get improved. The question is not only about improvement, question is about that how to sustain that improvement. For that there are other checks comes in the pictures. We call it governance check, the leadership check, weekly reviews, uh, daily tracking, weekly reviews, monthly catch-ups, and finally a, a Q&A session, the portal where anyone can reach out to us with the help of uh, so that we can help them out. While what we have started turned something differently, and whatever what we wanted to have and we wanted to share and increase, and on that is what we wanted to create a way more passionately among for the team members. The case study helps us to give us the conclusion that the people, if you work on people, the same behavior will come again and again in different form. But if we change the process, the people will get changed and they will get empowered. So always work on the processes first. Processes, great processes makes great things. Good governance create a better, gives you the better result. And I think this motto everyone should be take care of. Don't blame people, blame the process that made that created that person to make the mistake. If the process is there, I think then there is a big problem. I wanted to ask everyone to shift their mindset about that what is happening, why the things are there, and what we wanted to have. And that is something that we wanted to create, that is something that we wanted to have, or and wanted to C.
Yeah.